I grew up in my mom's awesome home as she raised my two sisters and I. I have a daughter who is graduating this year from high school. When I think about the time in which I was carrying her when I was working on my doctoral degree, I was a principal. I just feel like just to see her being able to witness her mom in this way, I'm inspired by the fact that she looks to me as a guide and an example. I'm wanting to continue to be a person who's advocating for there to be more women who look like me and my colleagues in this profession at this level. While in it, just making sure that, we're being an example for those who want to go into this profession, sitting at tables where we can actually use our influence, our voice, our passion, our expertise to change things for the better. I'm just honored to be among some amazing women who they wake up every day thinking about how we're going to kick doors down and make things happen.
I am the daughter of educators. My mom was a high school English teacher. I grew up watching how former students responded to my parents when they saw them. And I have a high school senior. She is the person who keeps me on my toes. I know how important it is to create opportunities for people. That's our responsibility to do that for our students that we serve today. Even with my daughter now, it's not, will you go to college or how will you go to college? It's, where are you going to go to college? What do you want to study? But we can't take that for granted.
I do work hard to make sure that our voice is elevated, look around and see who's not at the table, and think about what it is that they might be missing. There is definitely a burden to make sure that our voices are heard. Every table that I go to, I always have the perspective of how does this benefit or not benefit our community? How does this work for young girls? How does this work for people that aren't represented?
I had a very tumultuous upbringing. Grandmother stepped in and saved the day, and she encouraged my siblings and I to dream big dreams. I always watched her care for so many others in our community, at the church, taking care of her parents. She was just a consummate caregiver, but also someone who was encouraging. I just saw this really strong-willed woman persevere. She set her children, her grandchildren, and great-grandchildren up for success. And so that really poured into my desire to want to give back and to want to make a difference. And my children love coming to campus. That Kennedy Claire, she is a force to reckon with. But you know what? She sees her parents. It makes me happy that my children see a very different reality than I saw growing up. Kennedy Claire, we don't know what that girl's gonna be, but I think that it instills so much pride in her to see her mother in such a meaningful role.
Meeting London, who was the first African-American female in Iowa to graduate from the University of Iowa with a degree in education, was within my family. My mother was from an all-black town, Buxton, Iowa. Reading, education, that has always been the forefront for our family. The advice I would give, to be in touch with yourself. Listen to the trusted voices in your community. Do something, but do so in an environment you feel safe to make a mistake, have those crucial conversations, and try again. And then ask yourself, what problem do I want to solve in this world?